Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, thank you for checking my channel out. My name is Mayo. I am a freelance artist. I upload my art videos to share my art and to study English for myself. Okay, today I'd like to talk about line art. This art is going through every step though: sketch, line art, coloring, but I think it might be too long to talk about everything. So in this time, I just focus on line art. As I said earlier, I'm just talking about line art. That is not about tips or tutorials. It's more like I'm having a chat. So please don't take it as a lecture. I'm just talking about my thoughts on what is good line art for me. So I want you to know beforehand that it could be subjective, but I personally love to know other artists' unique ideas, minds, and of course knowledge. So I just thought that, I could do this. I mean, I could talk about mine on YouTube. I also want to know yours. So if you have your own unique way in your drawing process, just leave a comment and let me know. I'm all ears. Okay, first of all, I'm telling you about this character that I'm drawing here in the background. She is Utena from Revolutionary Girl Utena, which is one of my all-time favorite animations. I'm not gonna talk about its content here. For those who haven't watched it yet, no spoilers. But if you're looking for some great animations, just watch it. I really recommend it. Well, let's go back to line art. What does line art mean to you? Do you like it or hate it? Some people say that it's time wasting or fiddly. Yeah, I'm kinda know how they feel, because we know many beautiful paintings out there that don't have line art. It depends on your art style, but you can skip it if you think you don't need it in your drawing process. But I wouldn't. I love line art. I love to draw lines and love paintings that have line art. I don't know why, but probably I grew up surrounded by Japanese manga and animation. I still remember like it was yesterday how I felt the first time I watched Sailor Moon on TV when I was a kid. I was too young to put into words, but I was deeply impressed by vivid characters drawn with simple and clean lines. Then I picked up a pencil and started drawing, hoping that I would create something amazing like Sailor Moon gave me. Okay, that's it for my affection for line art. Next, I'm talking about the definition of good line art. For me, actually it's a stretch to say like this is the best or worst way of drawing lines, because it depends. Yeah, technically we have some methods like you don't want to draw interrupted and shaky lines or your lines will look unconfident. Lines should be clean and smooth all the way through, blah blah blah. I don't mean to deny this general idea because sometimes we need it, especially when you're a beginner. It helps. Taking the first step is hard without any information, but please don't stick with it too much. If you keep on drawing, I think you will probably have a moment where you want to think outside the box. Then give it a shot. What if shaky and broken lines turn out to be bold and powerful ones? Who knows? Your art is yours. Don't let general idea control your art too much. And of course mine either. I'm gonna talk about my definition of good line art, but it's just one of options you can choose. If you like it, just try to see whether it works for you, and if it doesn't, you can go for another way. Well, I'm gonna talk my definition. My definition is that good lines create movement. Simple as that. I really love lines that give me the impression it's gonna move at any moment. The status and the shape of lines, they don't matter actually because they're not the purpose, but just means to create my art. I love art that makes me believe that as if it moves on screen. Lines have a strong role to create it. I used to follow the general rules of line art, as I said earlier, but One day I had a moment where I thought like it doesn't meet my needs. I mean, I was so that I didn't want to draw broken lines or they look messy, but actually I feel that they give me the impression of lightness. Lightness implies image that likely to be blown away by the wind. That certainly reminds me of movement. I know I sound abstract. I hope I'm making sense. I was also told to add some thickness to outlines that create shaping objects. But one day again, I figured out like the thickened outlines looked stationary and stable. Yeah, under some situation, that's cool. Stability can work in a good way, depending on your intention. But stability could mean motionless. In other words, instability could make motion. Let's say when we stand still, we look stopped. But when we shift our weight from one foot to the other and slightly lose our balance, that's the very moment where we feel motion, instability. Too much thickened outlines remind me of a firm framework of building, which is impossible to move, of course. Well, what I want to say is, drawing unstable lines on purpose is not as bad as commonly said. On the contrary, it could be useful when it comes to creating movement. I think randomness plays an important role in a moving image, I guess. So if I apply the same thickness to outlines evenly, I think the outlines will look like lacking in a sense of emotion. That's not about only lines, but also silhouettes of objects. Take a look at this character. If I draw a straight line in the middle of the canvas to make it easier for you to compare its two sides, left and right, then you will probably notice that their silhouettes are different from each other. It's an asymmetrical silhouette. I suppose instability, randomness, and asymmetry give your art natural movement. Okay, now I'm gonna explain how I actually do line art. As you can see, my sketch is really rough. Some people prepare a detailed one before line art. I don't mean to cut corners, but I don't know why, I just can't. I cannot do that. Maybe, I guess sketch means just a rough flow of my painting process, so it doesn't have to be inch perfect at this point. Once I get an image how it will look like, I just move on to line art and pulling colors at the same time. I'm not good at doing line art based on only black and white sketch, so I need a colored silhouette to make sure if an object's form is interesting. That's the reason I do line art and coloring at the same time. Oh, going back to asymmetrical thing, I think when you draw hair, it's the best time to try it out, because hair is easy to change its form. So when you feel your art a bit boring, please try this asymmetrical concept. Anything else? Well, I think that's all for this video. I know I was talking without a clear-cut instruction or explanation, but I said earlier that I was gonna have a chat, not tips or anything. I could have made some videos that easy for beginners to understand, but I felt like having a chat, talking about my experience this time, because it's more like me. I've been working in this industry for a long time, but I'm not always satisfied with my work. Honestly, I don't think of myself as a person who teaches, but I can share my experience with you guys. Of course, I'm always ready to learn from you. So I want some friend relationship in my YouTube channel. So I'm always happy to read comments from you. Thank you. They mean so much to me, really. And they give me some ideas what I do in the future videos. In the previous one, I mentioned about Fire Emblem, and some of you wanted to know about it more, so I'm gonna make one, related to Fire Emblem. So please write whatever you want in the comment section, like how you felt or things you want me to do, anything. And lastly, allow me to talk in my native language for a minute, because I noticed some comments written in Japanese. Okay? こんにちは。YouTube 見てくださってありがとうございます。YouTube は絵の動画置き場と、あと絵のことを英語で話す練習がしたくて解説しました。で、しばらくはその英語でずっと、やっていこうかなって思ってるんですけど、その前作った動画とかで、日本語のコメントも少しあったので、日本語でありがとうございますっていうのを言いたくて、ちょっと今日本語で喋ってます。で、しばらくは英語でずっと、やっていこうかなと思っているんですけど、余裕ができれば、日本語の字幕をつけたり、日本語の動画を、そのうち上げたりしようかなとも思ってます。でもまだしばらくは英語でやっていけます。なんかあれもこれもってしたいんですけど、するとその性格がだらしないというか、ゆっくりなので、一度にたくさんのことをするとやらなくなっちゃうかなと思って、だからできることを少しずつってことで、しばらくは英語だけでやっていきます。でも本当にコメントもありがとうございます。日本語のコメントも本当読んでて励みになります。ありがとうございます。で、英語はその長い留学経験があるとかではないので、もう本当にちょっとお粗末な感じなんですけど、動画に上げると結構いい勉強に、なるので、はい、ちょっと自分のためにやってる部分がとても大きいんですけど、はい、はい、またこれから先も何か上げていくので、よろしくお願いします。はい、ありがとうございます。Okay, I think it's time to wrap up. Well, enjoy the rest of my process and thank you for watching. See you later. 見てくださってありがとうございます。最後までまだちょっと動画続くので、よければ完成まで、見てください。ではまた次も何か、上げていくのでよろしくお願いします。ありがとうございました。